What's going on, fantasy football fans? It's your boy Jordan, and we're back with another B3FL official podcast radio show.
We interrupt our program at the request of the White House. This is the emergency broadcast system. All normal broadcasting has been discontinued during this emergency. The emergency broadcast system has been activated to keep you informed. Do not use your telephone. This station will continue to broadcast, furnishing news, official information, and instruction as soon as possible.
It's official.
Boom. We're back. Pistol and the Gun Cop. Got this thing working now. People don't understand what goes on behind the scenes, let me tell you. You're in Australia. I'm in Quesnel. Our guests, they're in Ottawa. It's a challenge, but we battle through. We persevere. And
We do.
Gun Cop, we're episode 10.
Can't be stopped, man.
You told me a statistic earlier. What was that statistic? We're battling elements right now. Ryan's poking his eyes, paused, but we're battling.
Beating that by a mile. I'm paused.
You were paused there for a bit, but we're going to battle. What was that statistic?
That most podcasts only make 7 episodes.
So we've gone past the average. We've battled through some.
That's what, like 40. We're like 40% better than that.
Yeah.
Is that how that math works out?
Yeah, I'm not a numbers guy, but we've got a numbers guy coming on later. We've got
just crushing.
Yeah, and we've got some questions to ask him. We're gonna do little bios with them, get that going. But yeah, 10th episode. That's pretty cool. We've got the season coming up. We're gonna keep going throughout the season. Really looking forward to the season. We had the Hall of Fame game on Thursday. Did you watch any of it?
I did not. No.
I guess being in Australia, that's the challenge this year for
Tough.
you.
It's just too busy grinding on the farm, farm life, grinding.
Farm life, grinding. I hear ya. Still no end in sight in Australia, eh? That's where you're going to be.
I'm going to come back for a little visit, end of September. Back to Canada for a few weeks.
Nice.
And then returning here. Got a couple weddings and a funeral, so got to show face. And then coming back here and just going to kind of like live for a while. It's been like a bit hectic since I got here, so.
And just in trying to
gonna just become Australian officially.
Cool.
Use the accent.
Try
really commit.
We've talked in previous episodes about people going there and thinking they have accents after. Oh, I did something.
Pretty embarrassing.
I just changed the screen to just my screen. Oh, no, we're back. Head down battle.
They can't stop us.
Head down battle.
They
now,
can't stop us. Man.
Recapping.
No matter what they throw.
Yeah, they can't stop us. You're right. Gonna keep going double digits. Recapping last week, we broke down the divisions. We had, talked about playoff preview on who we thought was going to be in, some value on some teams and some players.
Some hot takes all around.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen that episode yet, go watch it. And it's kind of cool because it's actually going to be posted. It's going to be posted on the b3fl.com website, the official website of the league. Ryan, have you checked out the website?
I have. I checked out the mobile version. I was very, very blown away by it. I don't understand how all the information that it has made it onto the website. Anyone in the league, you should go check that out. It's very cool.
b3fl.com. A few years ago, Nate bought the domain to b3fl.com because we started this and we didn't know how big it was going to get. And we said, let's put some work in. Let's, do some stuff. And now we have a chance to use it. Nate inputted all the information. I don't know how. I don't know how long it took. But I know he did it. So
probably some sort of AI bullshit, Chat GPT, AI. Yeah,
he might have just pushed a couple buttons. But listen, he did it. I didn't do it. No one else did it. So shout out Nate. I mean, if you haven't seen it, you can go see it. I was looking at it before we started here, and I don't know if my screen share is going to show all this or my screen's going to show all this, but you can go in and type in, Ryan, I looked up your all-time record against Alex, a rival of mine. Currently, we've only got 2 years on here, and that's it. But it goes in depth and shows, the statistics.
But that's just for me. I've only been in it 2 years. Like, I think if you go, between some of the guys that have been there since the very beginning, it goes way deeper.
It does go way deeper. It does. I'm screen sharing now. Hopefully this comes up in the video. But just give some people. Let's go to Kalen, who won the B League this year. So I know he was in that previous league. This gives Alex 2-0, beat him twice. I'm going to see if we can find an all-time matchup. 8-7. There you go, 2010. Kalen and Dally, the two winners of this year's league. It goes all the way back to 2010. They faced twice in 2013. No huge win streaks, losing streaks. You can go through and see a couple, and it's really interesting to see, but really well done. It's got a list of all the GMs, the name, what league they're in. You can go to records, you can go to stats. Let's check Kalen's stats out here. It's truly, truly amazing where we're at. Average points for, 96.2 average points against, his win percentage, years played.
Nice scores. What's nice scores?
See, and that's something we got to get Nate on the show. He's probably got that. That's something that
break it down.
Not only the website, but nice scores. Maybe that's a new segment on our show. Nice, the nice segment. But B3FL.
And money, it's. I bet it's like one team scored 69 points or something.
Yeah, and it very well could be something like that. But anyways, regardless, cheers. Gin and tonic, Nate, shout out. Wicked.
Very good. And that's just the beta version, it only goes up from there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're year 3, and it's if starting year 3
if that's
now.
if that's how we're starting, and it's only going to get better, damn, dude. We're going crazy.
Nice, Nice. Yeah, really, really excited about it. It's just going to go up, and we're going to add some bios, and that's something we're going to do. But you'll be able to find this episode at b3fl.com, b3fl.com.
Subscribe.
Go check it out. Go check out this episode. We got last year's draft video. I know this year's draft video. I don't know where it's at. I know it's close. But I don't
can smell it almost.
Officially where it's at. Now, I'm going to add hopefully our next guest here on and add him onto the call here. We'll see how this goes, if this works. But yeah, I think going into this season, 10th episode here, really, really excited to get going on football, watching that Browns-Jets game. Again, two teams I have, one team making the playoffs, one team missing, one team getting into the playoffs, I think, more comfortably in the Jets, and, the Cleveland Browns missing ever so slightly. I think
Was it all the starters and stuff? Like, was fucking Rodgers playing?
No, Rodgers didn't dress. None of those guys dressed, and nor should they. But that's kind of the gist of it, right? Like, that's what the Hall of Fame game is. You're not getting your starters playing at all. It's the extra preseason game for those teams, and
Just for funsies.
interesting to see the Hall of Famers. I think it's a Pro Bowler game, but Hall of Fame game. Interesting to see the Hall of Famers: Darrelle Revis, DeMarcus Ware, Rondé Barber, whose statistics are absolutely disgusting. Didn't realize how good of a defensive back he was playing on that Tampa Bucks team. But yeah, really cool class. Kind of cool seeing the stories behind it. DeMarcus Ware actually sang the national anthem at the Hall of Fame game.
Go off.
A little bit, because he did a really good job.
Honestly, the American national anthem's so good.
It gets me fired up.
Such a good song, man.
It is. I see why they're all, huge Patriots down there, because that song just makes you want to run through a brick wall most of the time.
It's like, it just makes me want to move there,
I've never understood. The national anthem for me is a weird thing. Like, yes, it signifies the start of a game, but it's also, I don't know. I've never gotten it. It seems very, North Korean in the sense you get those marches and they're singing the songs and everyone's doing the same thing. It's a weird, I've never understood it.
I think it would be weirder if it wasn't so good,
And that's the thing, right? It signifies the game. It signifies the start of the game.
Like when the Eagles are all singing that Meek Mill song, it just fires everyone up, gets them all gassed up to go.
And I get the songs in terms of, there's different songs in different eras and all that. But the national anthems, every single game, each stadium has different go-to songs. NHL has goal songs. But yeah, there's always the national anthem. So, but you're right. The national anthem for the United States is pretty cool and gets you fired up. So I guess that's the reason why. Just gets everyone, a little tingle in the balls, right?
Yes, sir.
Trying to get a hold of our guests right now, as I said, prior to the show and recording. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes, getting people on can be difficult. But
they say, they're like, oh yeah, we'll hop on. And then when it comes down to it, I don't know if it's the nerves. I don't know if they just can't handle the heat. Like, it's just.
Well, we're not scared to throw hardball questions. Try to get Jordan on the pod, see what he's saying, but he didn't come out. Few guys, we've got some enemies to the show, I think, too. I think Ivan is about to enter that enemy of the show list. Just didn't even...
Guys, don't let the intro where all of your team pictures are being murdered scare you, Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, but the more you guys run, the more we're going to get you. We definitely got to get Nate on to talk about that website, though, and kind of his, idea on where it's going to go from here.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Friend of the league now. He was the runner-up for GM of the year, and then he hits us with this website. Really, really, really good job. Now, that being said, what we were going to do prior to having guests on, we were going to do a little fantasy mock draft on Sleeper, kind of go through the picks, talk about the picks. Looks a little cloudy, Ryan. Cloudy over there?
I'm in the shade, but yeah.
What's the weather?
The wind is howling.
What's our daily update of the weather in Australia today?
Today we are looking at just going.
You gotten a little quiet.
Yeah, the wind is attacking me right now.
Australia, man, dangerous place.
21 degrees, partly cloudy.
Nice. So a nice winter, a tough winter day, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty frigid cold.
I hear ya. I bet, and they're like the people from Australia, Australians. They complain about the cold.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's so cold.
Yeah, then they hear your accent and.
But then it's like, it's different. Like when it's hot, like summertime, it's like fucking hot. I've yet to really experience it, but people have. They say like, oh yeah, like it's something.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's be crazy. Australia doesn't get much snow. I guess the southern half might, but.
No, I guess, well, actually, when we were in Tasmania, we went on this hike around, and it was kind of like near like a lake, and there was a bit of snow, but like not enough that it was collecting anywhere, but it was coming down a bit. It was probably like maybe plus a few degrees. But no, I don't think there's like a couple mountains, I think, that you can go like skiing and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where. But no, there's not really snow.
Cool. Yeah, that's kind of the dream, no snow. I don't like the snow. I love the winter, the activities, curling and hockey, and that's fun and nice, but do without the snow.
Sucks, man. I hate it.
Yeah, so let's get into a mock draft. Do you want to pick a number between 1 and 12?
Give me, let me go last. 12.
You want to go 12? You want to go? Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share this screen here. I'm going to go over to the sleeper page. Mock draft ready, go, prepared. Run a new mock draft. Now, you're able to see my screen?
I am indeed.
Okay. I could do this, but I'll just go through it and I could pick for you, okay? Oh, we were going to add teams, eh?
Sounds good.
Let's do teams 10. Maybe I might have clicked on it to do the draft again. I don't know. Yeah. So it's only going to let me do the 12 or the 10 teams. I don't know how to get it up, but we're both in a 10-team draft. So we'll just run with...
This is a B-League centric podcast, so we're not really worried about the 12 situation.
So
maybe next year, but
last year I think I was the 6th pick. This year I'm going to jump a little bit ahead. I'm feeling a little bit luckier. I think I'm going to grab the 4th or the 3rd pick. I think I'm going to take the 4th and run with that. Oh, we can only pick one.
Let's just go through it. We'll see how it shakes out. I haven't done any mock drafts and stuff yet, so
let's run through the. Let's meet in the middle. Let's go to the 7.
Beauty.
Okay, yeah, we'll go.
I feel like that's a tough spot too.
Tough spot. You get the 7, and then coming back, you get the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Yeah, tough spot to draft. Let's see how we do. Boom.
Sleeper. Who's first? Jefferson
Okay,
first.
so in this mock draft right now, we've got Jefferson going first, McCaffrey second, Tyreek Hill third. Bit of a surprise.
Interesting.
Jamar Chase fourth, Eckler fifth,
Interesting.
Kelsey at the sixth. So to pick, we've got, Cooper Kupp is the top-rated player there. He's usually picked at average at 5. I don't know. What do you think right off the bat? Who do you think is the guy?
I usually lean towards RB first.
Yeah. 3 out of the 4 first picks, wide receiver.
Yeah, that is weird. I don't know. I think running back first. Not really like strong on anyone. Maybe Mr. Henry or Nick Chubb always pops off. Henry seems low down there.
We could get Henry in the second if we're thinking. We got a minute left here. 7th pick. Saquon's going to have a weird year, I think. I don't know about I've got the Giants in the playoffs, but we'll see how Saquon does. Taylor's going to be weird. I mean, Robinson, everyone's high on this guy. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm scared about guys like that. He's unproven.
Cooper Kupp is, coming off only a couple of years removed from arguably the greatest season in NFL history.
I wouldn't be mad about that.
I think we go with Cooper Kupp. I think we can get
a little Cuppy.
A running back at later on. Barkley goes, Robinson goes next pick. Diggs, Brown, Taylor's gone, CeeDee Lamb. Derrick Henry there at the 14th hole. What do you think?
Not a bad snag. I would take it.
Get a running back. Nick Chubb also available.
I think between the two, I feel like you got to go Henry, man.
But you want to go Henry. I like that pick. Derrick Henry.
I think you just got to, yeah.
Not a bad pick. Nick Chubb goes to the pick after.
Up next.
Quarterback off the board.
Waddle, Wilson. Oh, there goes the QBs.
So it comes back to us. On the board, Breece Hall is the number 1 rated pick left. I'm not huge on Breece Hall. Everyone else was last year. I'm not huge on Breece Hall. Mark Andrews sitting there getting a TE1. Be the second tight end on the board if you picked him.
See, once Kelsey's gone, I don't know if I really care about tight ends until, later on.
Do you go down the board and grab a Lamar Jackson and get your quarterback? Seems like everybody is. Or do you take...
I don't know if he's going to be around, right? I'm a big getting one of the top QB guys.
What about,
I'm big on that.
Travis Etienne, do you think Lamar Jackson's around in the next round? Minute 10.
Etienne, I was looking at him too.
Etienne's
can't hurt having 2 very solid running backs.
I think anytime you're drafting in these first few rounds, you really can't go too far down the list because then you start seeing bigger names that you want to take, and you just don't. Too early.
But they're going to be around,
Too early.
Yeah, I would say...
Yeah.
Probably Etienne, man.
Etienne? Okay, let's take Etienne. So you got 2 running backs.
I'd take that.
And
I'd be happy with that.
2 RB1s and a RB1. Andrews goes. Lamar Jackson goes.
Jackson's gone.
Lamar Jackson goes. Jalen Hurts still available, though, and that's a guy that I'm big on. Joe Burrow's right there.
Hurts is gone.
Jalen Hurts is gone. Sorry, Justin Fields. Justin Fields still available down
he's down the list. You think he lasts that long?
Average pick. I don't think he lasts that long. I think there's too many teams that need a quarterback. You think you go down the list and grab Justin Fields?
He's going to be good this year. He gets a lot of running yards, too.
I think he's going to be very, very good. Calvin Ridley's also going to be very good. Joe Mixon. Deebo Samuel's there.
I've seen guys go super heavy on running backs and just scoop up first 3-4 rounds, just all running backs, which, even if it doesn't work out, you got some good trading tickets there.
You're not wrong. So what do you think? Do you go down to get your quarterback, or do you grab another running back?
I hate drafting, man. It always, even the mock drafts, I'm just fucked.
What do you think?
Keenan Allen, Aaron Jones.
Mind you, none of these guys are around next round.
Yeah, I would take Burrow, maybe. I would take Fields, too. Burrow's hurt, though, right?
You would hit quarterback, yeah. I like Justin Fields.
I think so.
I like Justin Fields.
I'm not mad at that.
Strictly for the running value that you get with him.
Oh, yeah, there goes Burrow.
Yeah. Alvin Kamara goes. He's suspended. Interesting if he goes that high in a non-computer league. Joe Mixon, Calvin Ridley still available. Joe Mixon still available. Aaron Jones still available.
Kittle, I kind of forgot about George Kittle.
TJ Hawkins still there at tight end. George Kittle still at tight end. I think maybe one of those guys is around next round.
Pierce.
What do you think?
Honestly, I would just go another running back.
Hit another running back?
Like, there's some big running back names up there.
I think Joe Mixon.
Aaron Jones, Mixon.
I think he's going to be the number one running back on a great Cincinnati team.
Hit it up.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
Decent team coming together here. We've got Derrick Henry, Travis Etienne, Joe Mixon, Kyle Pitts goes, Hawkins goes, Ridley goes. You have George Kittle sitting there. Fills your
DJ Moore. I mean, may as well while he's here.
I think he's probably the I think he's going to be top 5 tight ends next year.
And just having one of those tight ends puts you at such a big advantage, right? Like,
he seems to be a guy that can win you a week, right? Kyle Pitts goes right before him. Someone went down the list to get Kyle Pitts on that one. I think George Kittle's a safe bet. I think whoever.
I think so.
He's going to be a safety net for either of the quarterbacks that they have in there. He's a beauty too. So George Kittle, we grab our tight end here in the 6th. Quarterback in the 4th. 3 tight ends last round.
Awesome.
Dalvin Cook goes at the 7.2 spot.
Dalvin Cook
doesn't even have a team.
Is he even on? Yeah, that's what
his replacement goes right after him. That's kind of funny. That might be one of those scenarios where Team 2 there jogged the memory of Team 3,
Oh, Waller too. I forgot about him. Fuck.
Yeah, you're looking at what kind of season the Giants are going to have. I don't know if he's going to be healthy. What was kind of Waller's issue? Apparently that was a huge issue with him in the Raiders. They wanted him gone.
Lockett. Might be time to go WR. There's still some decent running backs. James Conner's pretty good.
He's going to get touches.
Marquise
running back depth. Pittman, I don't know who's, I don't think he's going to have a great year. Christian Kirk's supposed to have a great year. I think Jackson's
people are
have a great year. Minute left. Mike Evans on the board.
Wide receiver. I also wouldn't be mad at scooping up. He's just a guy I hate. I kind of said I'll never pick him up again.
Yeah, I know you said that. So who are you thinking?
Pickens.
Who? Sorry. Cut out there.
Keys Brown. I would say probably maybe Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk. I do like that pick of Christian Kirk on a Jags offense that I think is going to be dynamic. So we get our WR2. That's a nice pick.
He's like middle rounds, they always fuck with me.
So we go with our next pick. Okay, so Javonte Williams is a high pick last year. People had him going way too early. Didn't work out. I don't know if it does.
Pacheco.
I really liked Pacheco. He was a pickup for me last year. He really was good.
He was hot last year.
Very, very. Now, One tight end that hasn't gone yet is David Njoku. I don't know where down the list he is. Evan Ingram, guys like that. David Njoku right there. That's going to be a sleeper pick for me later on in this draft. I think he's going to have a really good year with Deshaun Watson. You have no stack option with Justin
Pickens.
Fields. Pickens, George Pickens.
I like Pickens too. He's good.
I think he might have a decent year.
I might say another wide receiver or another running back. I mean, what's the thing on Pacheco? Is he injured or something? What's the red?
Let's take a look. I'm expected to be cleared for contact by August 20th. So later on in the preseason.
Oh, he's fine.
45 seconds. You want to take Isaiah Pacheco and bank on him being...
I would, I think.
He's going to be a touchdown machine for those guys.
Can't go wrong with the Chiefs. They're always going to score 1 million points.
Yeah. I like our team, how it's shaping out right now. As you can see, we filled up most of our things here. Now, do we go, do you go and get
Davis?
It's funny, interestingly enough, I've heard some strategies where you don't draft a running back or a kicker or a defense. And you just pick them up later. I've always kind of wanted to get mine, go get the team that I wanted.
Yeah, it's there's those top ones, right? Like some of them are going to just be really good, and then like kicker you don't have to worry about. But I think like grabbing like the top defense can never hurt.
Allen Lazard way down here, minute 20. Allen Lazard, he could have a big year. Baltimore, Beckham, Odell Beckham way down there. That's a later on pick we could keep away. Cole Kmet with Chicago. That could be a good second tight end for us out of with Justin Fields. Adam Thielen, what does he do, right, in Carolina?
Pickens is still there up at the top, right? I think he's fucking really good, man.
Yeah, you've said his name a couple times there. Heard his name a couple times. Let's take a chance. Let's take George Pickens.
Darius Toney also. I love that guy's name.
Going into the 10th, we've got our quarterback, our tight end, 3 receivers, 3 running backs. We're looking strictly at depth now. Who are we going to add to take us to the top? I mentioned David Njoku's name. I like having a second tight end, injury purposes. Michael.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I think he's going to be like kind of a gamble.
He scored a lot he had a ton of chemistry with the guy at the top here, Deshaun Watson. As I said, I think Cleveland's going to be a solid team. It adds a bit of depth. I'd rather not take a Jacksonville guy because we've already got Kirk. Rather not take a Pittsburgh guy. We've already got Kirk Pickens. I think Njoku.
No.
I think Njoku fills out.
I wouldn't be mad doubling up there, especially a guy like that. Like I think Njoku's in for a good year.
Juju in New England, minute left. I think even
I don't like Juju.
Cortland Sutton, I think he's going to have a good year with Denver. And good, I mean...
It's funny how far he's dropped down.
Yeah.
From last year.
People thought he was going to be a big deal. My immediate is to go and stack up on depth and take Njoku. You good with that?
I was scared. Yeah, man. I just get scared like rolling too far down the list,
Yeah, and that's kind of the danger. You see a couple names and you're like, oh, I remember that guy, and 5 years ago he was a solid fantasy player. And yeah, Anthony Richardson goes, and now they're just not, and you got to be mindful that rookies, young guys coming in are going to be solid. This is a tough one. Now, where do you go, right? Like, do you add depth at your receiver or your running back? We got 4 running backs, 3 receivers. Our quarterback, do you grab a second?
The later rounds, you're just kind of like gambling on guys. I don't know if I would do that. It's not necessary.
Like, is Rodgers a pick to take?
Like, because all those other guys are going to be around, right?
Yeah. No, definitely. P. Ryan.
Like, everyone's kind of got a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
This guy picked 2 quarterbacks in a row, Watson, Richardson.
That's what I'm saying.
Does that guy have another one, too? No.
There's a couple with 2. Team 3's got 2. Team 1 and 2 have 1. Team 5, none. Team 6 has 2. Yeah. So a few with 2.
Yeah, I feel like at this point you start gambling on guys that are going to be
yeah, you kind of go down your list,
like
right?
kind of unproven. And
what about Zeke's on here, Raheem Mostert could be the Miami number 1. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, we've got a KC running backs, but just, guys like that. Lenny Fournette, where's he going to end up? Cordell Patterson. Zamir White. You want to talk about go off the board? Zamir White could be the starter in Las Vegas in the start of the year. I'm going to pick Zamir White.
Beauty.
Now,
little insider trading here.
This guy could be the starting running back if Josh Jacobs doesn't get this thing figured out. I don't think he's going to.
Oh, so Beckham should have grabbed him, honestly.
And the pick after, yeah. Baltimore is going to have more of a spread offense this year too, so he could really benefit from that. We got another running back, so we've got 5 running backs now.
It's a receiver situation. Let's see who's on the board here.
Well, we got Cooper Kupp, Christian Kirk, George Pickens. Receiver could be a weak spot for us. Bateman, physically unable to perform list. Jacoby Myers, Alan Lazard, going to be in New York. What do you think?
On the Jets, yeah. Fucking Rodgers brought him over.
Does Tyler Boyd have a better year?
He's been good in the past.
I think Mooney takes a step back with DJ Moore coming to town.
Oh, yeah, true.
Michael Gallup. I mean, he's going to be a number 2 in Dallas. They're going to have a high-powered offense, 50 seconds. It becomes difficult. I think we got to add receiver. I think that's the pick that you got to add.
I don't know. I wouldn't be mad gambling on Lazard. Like, him and Rodgers are boys.
I don't think Myers is going to have enough of a powerhouse offense. I think the Jets are going to be a good team. I'm going to take Lazard.
Giver.
Rodgers goes a couple picks after. Dalton Schultz finally goes. Team 1 picks up their second quarterback. Team 2 picks up their second quarterback. Tight ends galore. Komet goes. Dolchik goes. Higbee goes. Elijah Mitchell sitting behind Christian McCaffrey, not going to get a ton of touches. Go to the list in total. Who's left? Jordan McKinnon. We've already got a KC running back. I don't think Goff. We want to touch a second QB. You can pick up. I don't know what your opinions on that are.
Bengals are always due to pop off.
I didn't get your thoughts on I missed it, second quarterback.
No, I don't know. I probably wouldn't pick 2 quarterbacks. I think at this point, like, everyone that's going to be on the board is going to be, like, picked up and dropped, and they'll be around, What
about Zeke Elliott on the board there? That'd be going off the board a little bit. Team looking to, get a guy who wants to win. 40 seconds. What do you think? What position are you thinking?
I would team.
10 seconds. You're kind of cutting in and out. Make a pick here. Probably just add a little bit of running back depth. Take Raheem Mostert. Miami running back could be the number 1 in Miami. Could be a really good late round pick. You there, Ryan? We hear you? Bill Battle.
I don't know if you...
Can you hear me? Minute 20, second pick. This is where the AI goes kicker. We could go kicker. For the sake of the pod, we'll go look down the list and pick someone, potentially who's going to have a big year. Maybe a little bit of a sleeper pick here. Zay Jones could. I think Jacksonville's going to be really deep this year. Michael Gallup, as I said, he's going to be a second. I think that'd be my guy right now. DJ Chark on a deep, or Carolina, they've got some, not much depth there. Could put some numbers up. Could be a late ad. 40 seconds left. CJ Stroud, rookie coming in. New Orleans, Taysom Hill. That could be a matchup-based guy. Dawson Knox, another tight end. He's in my top 15. Gus Edwards. But, 20 seconds left is where you're kind of forced to make a pick. Let's go off the board a little bit. And we're going to take Zeke Elliott. We're going to add the running back depth. I find it interesting, where he's going to land. I think in that first game where he plays, he's going to get a touchdown. I think it's pretty much a guaranteed thing. Don't have a defense, don't have a kicker. We're not looking to do that here. You can always add them after. This guy has the Raiders defense, team 6. I think the Raiders defense is going to give up a lot of points this year. Raider fan. Rams, decent defense. I think they've taken a step back in the last couple of years. Jets, solid defense. Patriots, usually a solid bet. Titans, solid bet. Chargers could have a good defense. I think they're going to give up a lot of points, though. I don't know. Raiders, that's a crazy one to me. But we're not going to go defense. I'm going to go down the list. There are flex options here. Who else could we add to give us a little bit of depth to push us over the top? Minute 10 left. I am looking at a guy like Hunter Renfrow. Supposed to have a good year. They're talking really highly about him on camp. I've heard some things coming out of camp that he could be a big ad. Kenneth Gainwell. That's a guy in Philly. He gets touches, man. That Philly offense is deadly. 40 seconds left. Kareem Hunt, where's he going to end up? Cordero Patterson. I'm a man of loyalty. I love Cordero Patterson. I think Cordero Patterson's a fantastic player. Dynamic on any offense. 30 seconds left. Houston, Robert Woods. I think he needs to bounce back. I'm going to go down the list, and I'm going to take Michael Carter Jr. We've taken Lazard. Let's see how good this offense is going to be. Which part's going to struggle? I don't know. Now, we're still trying to get Ryan back here. He's not back yet. And we're going to take a look at our team. Convert to league. No, we don't want to convert to league. We're going to take a look at our roster. So you take a look and you think Justin Fields, your QB1, ton of value there. Got him in the 4th round. Derrick Henry was your 2nd round pick. We had some other guys, Nick Chubb, Josh Jacobs behind him, Tony Pollard, Etienne, Stevenson, Hall, all taken the round after. I still like the value there on Derrick Henry. Travis Etienne in the 3rd, 3.7. Ton of value there. He's going to be an RB1. Cooper Kupp was our number 1 pick, 1.7. I think the RBs around him, I think he's a level above Diggs, Waddle, and Wilson, who went ahead of him. Adams as well. And I take value over him over a rookie in Robinson. I think I am Barkley that is in contract disputes. He's recently signed, I know, but I think that weighs on him. I don't think he has as great a year as New York's going to have. We get Kirk in the 7th. Good WR2. I think he's going to be solid. Kittle in the 6th, 6.4. A little late to get a tight end later than I usually grab, but again, a lot of tight ends went late. We got David Njoku at 10.4 for some depth, and I really, really like that pick at 10. Joe Mixon's currently sitting in our flex spot. We got him in the 5th since he's going to be a powerhouse. Pacheco, 8.4. I'm in the 8th, and I think that's a good value on him. I think he's really going to have a strong year in a strong offense. Just how much he gets the ball is kind of the question there. Bench-wise, we look at George Pickens, some wide receiver depth. Get him at the 9.7. I've mentioned Njoku. Zamir White, he could be good. He could be the starter unless this Josh Jacobs thing gets figured out, which I don't know if it's going to for at least the first few weeks of the season. And I honestly don't know for him, why would he want to play for a 2-for-15 team? And I think that's the kind of team we're going to be. Alan Lazard, we're kind of banking here on what the Jets are looking like. Same with Michael Carter in our 15th round. Zeke, as I said, I think he's a one-game kind of thing. I wouldn't pick a defense or a kicker in this. I usually would have. You take Zeke in the 14th. I mean, he's a top 10 pick for years. He'll be good. Could be good. Ask Ryman. I think he had a tough year with Zeke a few years back. And then Raheem Mostert at 13.7. He could be the RB1 in Miami, and Miami could be a really good team. I've got them missing the playoffs by 1. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Ryan's currently paused. Looks great. Looks like a 10. Trying to get Ryan back on.
Yo. Had to hop on the hop.
I hear ya. Did you hear me at all when I was going?
I think I dropped out around the Zeke pick.
Okay. I ended up going off on a little bit of a tangent, just talking about the league, or not the league, but on some of the other teams. Zeke, we went Michael Carter with our last pick.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, and just talked about the running backs or the Jets and how kind of banking on seeing what offense they're going to be.
See, the thing about those 10-team leagues is, like, by the end of the draft, all the teams look pretty good,
Yep. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Lots of good guys to go around.
I was going to share my screen again and show some of the teams that were drafted. As I mentioned a couple minutes ago, the team 4, 5 running backs from 2 to 6. Good running backs. Depth. Team 3 started out with, I don't know why I didn't do that before. My apologies. Team 3 started out with 3 receivers right off the bat. Mahomes was the first QB at 2.26. Hurts is my first QB off the board, regardless. Ridley went.
Yeah, it's nice to get those elite QBs. It's nice to get Kelsey.
Kelsey at 1.6. I think he's a first-round pick every day of the week.
Yeah, depending where I get my pick, might go for a guy like that. Might go for a top QB.
Mm. Yeah, I think if I have anything after the 8, like the 8, 9, or 10, I still don't think that I don't go quarterback. And which quarterback that is, I'm not going to mention Jalen Hurts, but I think that's who I go. But then you look, and I mean, Deshaun Watson falls to the 10th. Prescott in the 8th. Lawrence in the 7th. Value there. Ton of value.
Yeah, like you get those elite guys and then you just kind of look for value, I think.
I like team 4 when I look at that team. Jamar Chase, he could be the first overall pick. Jefferson was, but he could be the first overall pick. Jacobs, if he plays this year, he's going to be a number 1 guy. Pierce proved he had some games last year with Houston that he can ball out. Pollard, is he ready to step into the number 1 spot? I think so. I think he's going to have a huge fantasy year. Dobbins, we'll see. Detroit, powered offense. Mike Evans, I mean, I know you're not a fan, but he's good.
Safe bet, yeah. Good for 1,000 yards.
DJ Moore, let's see how him and Bryce Young do together. Rashad Bateman, his name's been tossed around in the past. You take two mobile quarterbacks, Richardson and Watson.
That's not a bad team at all, honestly.
Really like that team 4. I do like our team, though. Henry, Etienne, I kind of went through the team as we were out there. But yeah, I really do like our team. I think we've got a strong year ahead of us if this was the fantasy league. I think Alvin Kamara drops on 5 with the suspension coming up, but
I think Fields is a good value guy.
At 4, I do like Fields at 4. I mean, we couldn't get Jackson. I think that was our guy that we were going to pick. If he'd fallen there, that's where I got Jackson last year at 4. Burrow at 4.8 is high to me. I think he's kind of a terrific year, but I think there's going to be games where he doesn't put up as many points. You know what I mean? They hand the ball off, they've got a lead, and they run with the lead.
Part of me always wants to do like some kind of unprecedented draft picks, fuck around and just go like 5 RBs right off the bat, or just kind of do some weird shit like that and see how it shakes out. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to ruin my whole season on the first day.
No, and I agree. I think I enjoy the draft. As I've said in the past, I've had some pretty good seasons, not playoff runs. I've drafted fairly strong. I've got a good idea of who I want this year and where I land, depending on where I land. We're in August now. We got to figure that out soon. Yeah, I think I enjoy the draft. I'm focusing this year on depth coming to the playoffs, making sure that I've got guys that are going to be good late in the season. Seem to have these guys who, for the first 6-7 weeks, are great, which get me on track. And then, week 15 and 16, 17, when I need them, they're just not there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think
best time of the year, man. I'm excited. It feels like Christmas Eve. Getting geared up.
It is exciting. It's an exciting time. Football time. As we mentioned earlier, the Hall of Fame game just happened. If you haven't seen it, I use DAZN. That's how I stream my football. If I haven't seen it, it's on there.
I use my brother's DAZN. So.
Good. So you should. You're the younger brother. My brother uses mine. It's the best way to watch football. Red Zone?
Yeah, I love Red Zone, man. It's so good.
It's terrific. Very, very excited for football to come back. Now, we haven't set a date for the open house, and we've talked about it for a while. I still want to do something like that. I'm thinking that not next weekend, but the weekend after, we set up a time for the open house where we just have on, I want to record it too, like an episode, but have it so we could send it over to the commission. He can have a look if he can't come in, and anyone's questions and concerns can get answered. So we'd be looking at the 19th and 20th for our open house date. I know you're busy.
Yeah, maybe throw up a poll, see what people think, what works better. And then if any questions and concerns, just kind of drop it in there too. They can be addressed.
And that's what I'm saying. And we do a 2-hour limit on it and send it over to the commission. If we do it in time, you can have enough time to take a listen over a certain amount of over the weekend or whatever, and address some of the issues. And I'll make sure I'm there for both sets of it. If you can make it both times, great. I know the one will be Monday for you. But, giving those 2 nights, it kind of gives everyone the opportunity to pop in if they want.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's tentatively what we're going to have. That open house is that's the Pistol and Gun Cop show, allowing the people to voice their opinions. Because, as the media of the league, we owe that to the people and the league to hold those league elites accountable. So August 19th and August 20th, We're hoping to have
bring your pitchforks.
Our open house day. Haven't decided if it'll be on a Zoom or it'll be on a Discord chat. I think it's going to be over Zoom. I think that's the best way to do it, and post the link in one of the chats.
We got the premium going around somewhere.
Yeah, if anyone's got a premium Zoom account, let us know. We'd love to be able to join it or use it for a day to start a meeting for 2 hours for the 19th and 20th of this great summer in August. So that's kind of where we're at. The website was a huge news today. 10th episode, biggest news we've dropped yet. Episode 10.
Any word on our guest situation this evening?
No, haven't heard back. And as I said, I was prepared for that and expected that. Couple texts, couple calls, but nothing. It happens. Trust me. Happens. We love all of our guests and friends of the show, and things happen and we get busy, and we're prepared. We're prepared to adapt, and we had the mock draft ready to go, and that was fun. It's fun to take a look at kind of what the year is going to look like, right?
Yeah, no, that was my first one so far, so I'm hoping to crank a bunch more of those out, get warmed up.
I've done a few. That's the first one. That's 7 that I've done, and I'm happy with the outcome. I think there is a decent amount of value there on our team and our picks. Derrick Henry in the second, as I said. Geez, right off the bat, you like that. The biggest.
You like that. You like that.
Question. Yeah, the biggest question with ours is, is Cooper Kupp going to be a number 7 player overall?
Yeah, he's definitely proven himself in the past, and I don't really see anyone else on that team taking too much away from him. So,
yeah, interesting.
Stay healthy and catch a bunch of touchdowns.
Yeah. But I think that's. I haven't heard from the guests. I don't know. There's only so long we can wait for them,
Did you watch the Quarterbacks show?
Quarterbacks, yes. Good documentary. Have you seen it in full?
Yep, I cranked through it. Honestly, my takes on it is I was very disappointed in Patrick Mahomes' wife. I think he could do a lot better.
Did you feel that, and I said this to Julia, I said I wasn't a fan of her by the end of it. I don't know.
No, I despise her with every ounce of my being.
Despise? That's a big word.
I can't. If I was Patrick Mahomes and my wife called me bro, I'd lose my mind.
So not a bro talker with your wife. Okay, fair. No, that's. I
don't know. She rubbed me the wrong way for sure.
There was one moment when he got hurt in one of the games, and her first thing, I guess, and that's what's on camera, and her first thing was, we have to win this game. And it was like, okay, I get that's important, but his ankle could be severely hurt, And
also, what's this wee stuff? What's this wee stuff coming out of your mouth, Brittany?
Again, it's a great documentary. The Kirk Cousins thing, how can you not like the guy? He's...
on that same vein, Julie Cousins, gift from God, perfect angel.
Something, yeah. Very, very
I love
sweet.
it.
The Mariota ones, it's kind of a sad reality in the face of what sports is, and it's like, yeah, you think you're going to make it. Sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't, and you fall flat and quick and tough.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that he was one of the guys that they were looking into, but in the end, it was kind of like an interesting outlook. He had a very vastly different season career than the other two guys, so it was cool to see that angle too.
Yeah, it was, and it's an interesting. It's very interesting. The whole thing's interesting. Good documentary. Well done.
Yeah, Kirk made me like Kirk Cousins a lot, honestly. He's a fucking hilarious guy.
Cool, yeah, and I thought the same thing. I try to remind myself that he still doesn't win in big games, and I like the guy, don't get me wrong, and I like the story, and I think he's
it's so funny when he's talking about his trophy room there, and he's like, oh yeah, the builder left out this little enclave for the Lombardi trophy.
Was your initial thought like, man, if you don't put a Lombardi trophy there, that is going to haunt you?
It's just sad, man. It's like, damn, Kirk, like it's never going to happen, but best of luck.
I think that window's closed. Unless he goes to a different team, I just think that window's closed.
He's just not the best of the best,
They said, I heard the term America's quarterback. A team like Dallas, that would have been an interesting place to see him play. He would have fit well in Dallas, I think.
Just a real salt of the earth guy,
Crazy. I like Patrick Mahomes too. You kind of see a different side of him in the documentary, which I think is
definitely. He's the man.
And he is.
He just needs to cut Brittany loose.
No,
I would have rather seen Jackson Mahomes. They should have highlighted him a bit more.
Okay, I've never said anything about anything you've said on this show, but don't you ever say that again. In no way, shape, or form does the Pistol and Gun Club show prefer Jackson Mahomes over Brittany Mahomes. I'll tell you that right now.
I feel like he was in it a bunch, but I feel like they kind of like edited around him a lot.
His face was in it a couple times on the sidelines because he was standing next to Brittany. They didn't want him in that.
Yeah.
Because every time
you can see like his elbow a bunch. Like.
Yeah. Every time he was in it, I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, babe. And I told Julia the story like 3 times. I was like, hey, did you hear what this guy did? This fucking idiot.
He was like grabbing up on like a 50-year-old, right?
There's video of it. Like he in a restaurant, he grabs the waitress and like starts kissing her, and she's evidently like she does not look into it, and she pulls away, and then he pulls her right back, and it's like
she's like, "Are you a gay guy? What are you doing? Why are you doing this?"
It's like, buddy, what the hell are you doing? One, you can't do that. It's
no, I'm not gay.
Right.
I'm not gay.
And 2,
I'm not gay, I swear.
Yeah, and 2, it's like, your name alone, like, what are you doing? You've got thousands of followers that I'm sure there's girls who just want to sleep with you. I don't get that. And,
and guys,
to hell with him. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. He goes the other way, and Pistol and Gun Cop show supports that. But, yeah, I don't know. He was taken out of that documentary, as you pointed out. Good call, because I saw his face twice. He was at those.
Yeah, it's funny when they win the Super Bowl, there's like a clip of Pat, like Jackson Mahomes, like trying to get a picture with him, and he's like, dude, get off his face.
Yeah. And
he's like, I need to go talk to Dad. Get away from me.
Yeah, Dad's cool. I mean, when you're born into a family like that, right, destined for greatness. Yeah.
Definitely a fun watch, though. It was cool. Like, kind of relive the season again. Some of the big games.
Yes, the Buffalo-Minnesota game was cool to see. It was cool to see the Raiders, my team, against the Chiefs in that stupid game where we decided to go for 2 instead of tying Patrick Mahomes. See how Crosby interacted, and fuck, that guy's an animal.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
And then to even just see after the games, like how chill the players are and whatnot, right?
Yeah, like at the end of the day, they're like co-workers, right? Like you got to see these guys all the time.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. A lot of cool things in that documentary. Really well done. Peyton Manning, executive producer.
I wonder if they'll do another season of quarterbacks, or
shout out
like
Peyton.
I've heard word they might go to like a different position or something, which would be cool too.
Shout out Peyton, Blue Jersey Peyton. I hear ya.
Big P.
Yeah, well, I hope they do another season of it. They should. It's a great show. Great documentary. They did.
It definitely, I think it'd be cool to see, like, you know, the O-line or, like, fucking some of the unsung heroes.
Yeah. I think the quarterback position, the quarterbacks are the guys they want in front of the camera. Those are the big money guys. I wouldn't mind seeing like a Rodgers. I think that'd be cool. He'd never do it, but
yeah, he's a cool guy.
I think that'd be a cool one. Regardless,
Ayahuasca, just see him like tripping fucking balls on ayahuasca on camera.
Fucking what a guy. Found himself. We'll see how the Jets do this year. I don't know though.
I'm hyped, man.
I think they're going to do well, but I think there's going to be aspects to them. I think their defense is going to be really solid. But do they have a run game? Is Rodgers the MVP that he was a couple of years ago? How many points they put up? As I said before, I think they get into the playoffs. I think they're going to win some games. But
I'm looking forward to it.
I don't know anything about the season. I think I know football, and then it happens, and it's like, you don't know football.
Any given Sunday, man. Anything can happen.
Any given Sunday. I hear you there. Well, I think we'll wrap this episode up here.
Beauty.
It was great to see you, buddy.
Absolutely, man. Likewise.
We got a mock draft here. B3FL.com to find this episode. Yeah, fired up, man. Fired up.
She see me at the party. She say she like my body. It got high like a sauna. It's all the marijuana. She say she want my banana, and she wanna give me that unana. Oh, yeah. Oh, she said I'm a sweeter man, but she said that she don't need a man. Told her, girl, it's okay, take my hand. We gon' get higher than Peter Pan. Girl, I know you wanna smoke this marijuana. Girl, you know I wanna smoke this marijuana. Shawty too fly, though, ass from Cairo. She no sing song, when she catch ding dong, she gon' hit these high notes. I'm high on Kilimanjaro. Girl, I know you want to. I'm down in Toronto. Yeah, baby, come through. Hottie, wasabi. She got that nani tsunami. You know she follow me on that Insta G. She want my Insta D. Then she swallow. Smoke this marijuana. Girl, you know I wanna smoke this marijuana. I said it's Halloween. When I'm between her, she can handle me. She's a screamer. She can handle my wiener. Smoke this marijuana. Girl, you know I wanna smoke this marijuana. Bitch tryna get at me, sending me snappies. Yeah, next thing you know, she's sitting on my lap. You calling me back, tryna make me happy. These days, I told her, apples of the pine. These days, these bitches say my semen tastes fine. I'm a sweet man, oh yeah. She said I'm a sweet man, but she said that she don't need a man. Told her, girl, it's okay, take my hand. We gon' get higher than Peter Pan. She said banana too right. Banana need too tight. She wanna buy tonight. Ride pipe, lie by, yeah. Ride pipe, lie by, yeah. Girl, I know you want banana, smoke this marijuana. Banana, girl, you know I want banana, smoke this marijuana. Girl, I'm marijuana, smoke this marijuana. Girl, I know you want smoke this marijuana. On repeats. That's the track on the iPod, Mr. Ram. Girl, I know you wanna smoke this marijuana. She want my banana, and she wanna give me that onana. Potassium, potassium, potassium,